unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Wow, the WBC, they added again. They just made Juan Francisco Gallo Estrada franchise champion, and another one, in the words of DJ Khaled. We're going to talk about this, what that means, my thoughts, and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, all that good stuff. Before I get started, tomorrow is the night UFC. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou. Use my link in the description. Easiest way is to click the link tree. It's the top link. Order UFC ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Ngannou Stipe Part 2. Should be a good fight. Possibly could end in a knockout. Solid card. Use my link. That does get you that fight, which should be an awesome fight, as well as help the channel continue to grow and pump out videos like this. You can also hit the bell icon to support the channel so you don't miss a beat. Now, the WBC is back at it again. They have now awarded Estrada, who just controversially beat Chocolatito, might I add. They made him the franchise champion, like literally within a week or two from a controversial fight where a lot of people thought Chocolatito won the fight. For starters, he's being rewarded with the franchise champion designation or status or whatever. And what does this mean? This means that another mandatory, Rung Visai, who holds wins over Chocolatito, 2 wins over Chocolatito, and also holds a win over Estrada and a loss to Estrada, he gets bumped out of the way to allow for Chocolatito Estrada Part 3. Now, first of all, I know old media is real big on Chocolatito Estrada. It's cool, 8 years after the first fight. The second fight was solid, it was cool. But how many times does old media want to keep seeing the same fights over and over? Like, most of these fights, in my opinion, are not Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez or Eric Morales versus Marco Antonio Barrera, Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, to the point where not everything really needs a trilogy. Yes, they throw a lot of punches because they're in the sperm weight divisions. So, they're smaller guys. So that's their style, more offensive fighters. They're in the little weight division. So it's just a million punches being thrown per round. And to me, that gets rather boring, to be honest, and that's why the heavyweight division is so prominent, because the heavyweight division, they don't have to throw 100 plus punches per round and you see real destruction. Like Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. He throw one punch, even in a fight where he could be losing to a Luis King Kong Ortiz, and it's over, versus Chocolatito and Estrada. They throw 5,000 punches over the course of 12 championship rounds, and they're fighting their heart out, and no one goes down. It's just a bunch of punches, and I don't know if either guy has enough single shot power to hurt the other person and like incapacitate them. So it is what it is. But back to the WBC, this is just more games from the WBC, and in my opinion, it's a very bad look, because the WBC, they keep using this get out of jail free card with the whole franchise champion. The franchise champion is garbage. It makes no sense. It's unfair to the people who work their way up. If you're just gonna make the rules and just vote on it, allegedly vote on it, like who can trump Mauricio Suleiman if he's the president, if he inherited the business from his pops and stuff like that? So the guys like Rung Visai, a lot of times black fighters like Jamal Charlo and Devin Haney, they get robbed of an opportunity. So they become champions through the email or whatever people are saying and don't get the opportunity. Rung Visai beat Chocolatito twice, stopped him, yet and still we got to keep watching this Estrada Chocolatito fight because they're voting on it and they're trying to maximize this, and they think this is, it's like they don't want Estrada or Chocolatito to fight Rung Visai because they know he's a no-nonsense type of fighter, and he definitely has the power to hurt both because he hurt Estrada and he beat Estrada, and he also beat and hurt Chocolatito. He dropped him in the first fight. I was there. It was on the Golovkin-Jacobs card, and then he violently stopped Chocolatito in the second fight. But this is just becoming a joke with the WBC because they just, when in doubt, they just make up their own rules. To this day, Wilder voice, we have not seen one black franchise champion, a black American or anything, where they get this quote unquote honor of being franchise champion and they get relieved of their normal championship duties. But you have two Mexican fighters, Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada and now Canelo, and you have Vasyl Lomachenko, the only three franchise WBC champions in history that have been given this. The reason I don't like it is because with this franchise designation or whatever, you look at it and it's usually the witness protection belt, because do you notice the pattern? For one pattern is there's no black fighters with the franchise champion belt. That's a fact. Unless you can tell me when Wilder was a 10 title defense champion, when he was awarded this franchise champion designation, or guys like Gary Russell, who's been a franchise champ, like he's been a champion, since probably 2016 or 14 or whatever it was, and he never got this. So he just has to fight the tough fights, the King Tug, Nyambayar, and stuff like that. So this is very much so trash in the witness protection belt, because another commonality that you're seeing with the franchise champion status is they always appoint somebody to be the franchise champion when they have a very dangerous mandatory. Henceforth, why I call it the witness protection belt, because Devin Haney became Lomachenko's mandatory, doesn't get the opportunity to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko later loses to someone youthful around Devin Haney's age in Teofimo Lopez. But that's just the politics. They were all top ranked fighters, so that fight was easier for them to facilitate. Meanwhile, a black fighter, Devin Haney, is robbed of the opportunity to have fought Lomachenko. Same thing with Jamal Charlo. He wasn't given Golovkin. He wasn't given Canelo, who became the franchise champion. So he doesn't get the opportunity to even fight Canelo to see and test his skills. And now the same thing for a guy like Rung Visai. He doesn't get the opportunity. He's definitely strong and durable, and he's learned a lot, and he's a former champion, and he beat both guys, but he doesn't get the opportunity to fight Estrada again. You know, the WBC keeps throwing a monkey wrench, and when they want the politics to, you know, what's the point of even, I look at it like this, what's the point of even having guys ranked if you just change the rules whenever you want? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of working? It just makes the whole boxing machine look like a joke, because what's the point of working, like, let's say if this was NFL football, part of you protecting and having the best record in the division, there's some perks with that. Like, you may get a bye week per your standing. But if a team is like, let's say 0-8, or they got 2 wins and 8 losses, they're going to have to play to not get eliminated, and they're going to have to play every game. They're not going to get a bye week. Why would you get the luxury of having a bye week in NFL football if you don't have a record that is conducive of such? But in boxing, since there's no governing body, they found a way to not give dangerous mandatories, again, oftentimes black fighters, the opportunity. In this case, Rung Visai, right, of Thailand, they're not giving him the opportunity to fight the winner. And on top of that, Estrada just became controversially became the champion. Why does he have this special privilege to run it back with Chocolatito? Why not fight Rung Visai and then the winner of that fight Chocolatito? Because these guys are all connected, this whole triangle of fights. So I've never been a fan of the franchise champion status, and every sanctioning body should be opposed that does stuff like this. And everybody, every network, every promoter should just come out with their own belts, because what's happening is, it doesn't matter if you're ranked. You could be ranked number 1 and never get the opportunity. These are the politics that boxers are faced with. You could be ranked number 1, you could fight and claw your way up to the top and still not get that shot. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose if they can pull the rug from underneath you whenever they feel like it by changing the rules and rewriting the rules every time they don't want to enforce a mandatory. So I think it's BS. It's not good for boxing. And it doesn't help the WBC, who's done a lot of these type of decisions recently. That's my honest opinion. You know, why doesn't the winner fight, which was Estrada, rematch Rung Visai? If you're good enough, you beat him the last time y'all fought, beat him one more time because he's earned his spot to get the shot with you instead of bypassing him, fight him, and then the winner of that fight fights Chocolatito. Again, these guys are all connected anyway. They've all fought each other anyway. So fair is fair, and Rung Visai should be given his opportunity. But again, the WBC, they just changed the rules and make boxing look like a laughing stock because no other sport would actually move like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? If LeBron and the Lakers are the number 1 in their conference, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get like these participation trophies in any other sport where you could controversially win and then you get awarded a franchise champion status that forces you to not have to fight a dangerous guy. Like Chocolatito didn't really badly hurt Estrada, but Rung Visai did, and he's the ranked person. So once again, how come you don't have to take a dangerous fight? You can have another fight where 1,000,000 punches are thrown and you may not get badly hurt. But if you fight Rung Visai, you're in a definite dangerous fight. So I've never been on board with the franchise champion. I think it's a dumb invention. The WBC should be ashamed of themselves, and it just promotes bad things for boxing because there is no boundaries to it. Whenever you don't want to see that person get a shot, then you can take that away from them. And I don't think that's fair. I think that defeats the whole purpose of a point system or any type of ranking system if you just change the rules arbitrarily. Like, oh, we voted and we decided that you're not it. I mean, just imagine if the U.S. presidency operated like this, where the rightful president wins the electoral college and the Senate just changes it and says, nah, we don't want that person to be president. We're going to veto that. I mean, it defeats the whole purpose of a democracy if you're being real. So Rung Visai, just like Devin Haney and Jamal Charlo, they're being robbed of opportunities. Boom. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.